Okay, Rebecca?
Yes.
Okay, what are we gonna do?
So I requested additional discovery from the prosecutor, so she's put in that request. I think we'll need a 30-day reset on Miss Hendricks Stenson.
30 days. Okay, 02, February 24th, okay?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay,
Okay, thank you so much. May I be excused?
yes.
Linda,
Who's calling me?
Abe Garza,
Yes, sir.
if I need to speak to a prosecutor,
Okay, I'll put you in a breakout room.
thank you.
Ms. Flores, this is Anthony Bancroft.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, Anthony Bancroft. I'm with Texas versus Jeremy Haydash, 659432. I've just been released from Wilson County. I'd like to speak with the prosecutor on this.
Okay, let me put you in a breakout room.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
Mr. Bancroft, whatever you talk to Miss Haas, will you tell her to send me my paperwork, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. You're a good citizen, and America loves you, adores you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Go, I just sent her the email. Mr. Locke? Will Brooks?
Eric Hernandez,
Yes, Your Honor.
you ready on Cindy Lou de Leon?
We're ready, Your Honor.
Ms. Flores, let's get one of the prosecutors out that knows, is Mr. Delco, does he have the data on this, please, so we can do it while Ms. Haas continues to?
I will, let them, I will ask. I will send them a chat.
Do we have anybody else, or do I need to look in Adobe?
Yes, for Charles Goals, Matthew De La Garza.
What's the first name?
Matthew? And then if you can look to see, hopefully, Fernando De La Garza. I mean, I'm sorry, Fabian De La Garza, sorry.
I just got that, Judge.
Mr. Kagan, you are not muted, sir. You can please mute yourself. Thank you.
Judge, I'm back from breakout. Linda said you're ready on a plea.
Yes, ma'am, I'll be right with you.
Ms. Haas? Charles Gold here. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You all right? Did you get my email?
I'm sure I did.
If you can
Yes.
pass me the paperwork for Mr. De La Garza.
Yeah, I will get on it as soon as I can.
Thank you.
That's okay. Yeah, you sent me this email. Perfect.
Ms. Haas, let's go ahead and do Cindy De Leon.
Yes, Judge.
You ready on that?
I am, Judge.
Meantime, anybody else need to report or?
Yes, Judge, this is Ron Zimmerman. I have conferred with the state. We still have on Miguel
Give me a case
Miguel
number.
Zaruni, and that would be case number 671-894 on page 9. I have conferred with the state. We still have some discovery issues we're working on. If we could get a reset, Judge, if that would be possible.
I'll give you 30 days.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Judge. And may I be excused?
Ms. Flores at 671-894. 30-day reset.
Yes, Mr. Zimmerman, February 24th.
Thank you, Ron. Stay safe.
All right. Thank you, Judge. And thank you, Linda.
Next,
Good morning, Your Honor.
Tanner Lock.
Yes, Judge, you'd been asking me to unmute. Unfortunately, I was in the sentencing in the 186th. But I'm available now.
All right. All right, thank you. Anybody else need to report?
Your lot paperwork has already been sent to you.
Excellent, thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I have an update on Charles San Miguel. He's on the first page. It's 621497.
Yeah, last one on there. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I've conferred with Ms. Haas. There has been an offer made for Mr. San Miguel. If I could, Judge, if I could get a short setting on that one to go over that with him, along with some of the discovery issues, or we have all the discovery in there, but just kind of go over other aspects of the case. I would appreciate that, Judge, and see if we can't maybe come to a resolution on this.
Let me give you 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
That should be enough time.
Yes, sir. It should be. Yes, sir.
Okay.
May we both be excused?
Bottom of page 1, Ms. Flores, 621497. Reset 2 weeks.
Okay, how about February 1st?
That works for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else need to report or I take a plea?
Judge, I'm Will Brooks. I'm waiting on for some paperwork, Judge. May I be excused to go make an announcement in the 175th?
You go right ahead.
Wait, hold on, Mr. Brooks. I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know which case is pleading out? Are they both pleading out or are we TIC in one of them?
One of them's going to be just dismissed. And let me see which, I'll chat box the
Thank
one.
you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Linda, we're pleading on the criminal trespass and the criminal mischiefs getting dismissed.
Ms. Haas,
Yes, Judge.
I was waiting for you. You said to hold on a second on Cindy Lou de Leon.
Oh, no, I said I'm ready.
Okay. Ms. Rivera,
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
thank you. At this time, the court calls case number 670273. State of Texas versus Cindy Lou de Leon. State's ready? Defense is ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Cindy Lou de Leon, would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that in this proceeding, the information and responses you submit will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. You may put your hand down. Ms. de Leon, I'm informed that you wish to enter a plea based on a plea bargain that you've made with the state. Before we do that, I have to inform you of certain rights and protections that you have that you will be giving up by doing so. First, you have a right to remain silent. That means you do not have to make any kind of statement. You don't have to sign any papers, especially papers that have admission or confession to wrongdoing. You don't have to answer questions. It's the right to remain silent. You have a right to a jury trial. That means you and your attorney, working with the state, would select 6 people from a pool of disinterested citizens who would hear any and all evidence, any and all witnesses and materials in your case, and those 6 people would decide whether you're not guilty or whether you've been proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt. That's called the right to a jury trial. You have the right to confront witnesses. That means if you decide to go to trial, any witness who testifies would be subject to you and your attorney questioning, cross-examining, or challenging any witness. There is a right to appeal. That is a right that you can exercise, your attorney can exercise, or the two of you together, where you demand that a higher court review the official record and evidence in this proceeding for whatever legal challenge you wanted to make. That right you give up by entering a plea. And also, that right is a little bit difficult. You have to be careful. There has time limitations. You have to submit the right papers with correct information. Then you and the state both have the right to demand that this proceeding be held in the open public courtroom. Because of the COVID pandemic, we're not doing that. Instead, we're doing it as you see by computer. It's called video conference. It is being live streamed on YouTube. So those rights you would give up if you in fact enter a plea. Did you know and understand that you had those rights and protections?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, the right to have this in open proceeding, open public courtroom, you have signed a document. By the way, all these documents identify you by name, case number, and court number. Each case, in this particular case, your one case, identifies you individually. And it says in there that you consent to doing this by video conference. Did you in fact do that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, there's other documents that are critically important. All of them are important, but these are critically important. The first one I'll mention to you is called Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. That document is extensive. It repeats in there and it acknowledges from you that you are aware of the different rights and protections, the jury trial, the right to remain silent, all those rights that I discussed with you verbally. By the way, a official record is being made by the court reporter, Ms. Kayleen Rivera. Those rights you give up, and in the document in particular, it says it in writing, and you have apparently signed it. Any documents that are in this record, before you sign them, did you review them with your attorney, Mr. Eric Hernandez?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about the documents?
No, sir.
On the waiver of constitutional rights and protections, that document also includes a declaration to you that any deal you've made is not binding on me as the judge. As the judge, I have the right, the authority, and the responsibility to say either yes or no. If I say no, or also I have the right and the authority to give you a punishment based on your plea. That punishment, there is a legal range that I'm supposed to stay within. And if I stay there, but give you a punishment that's greater than what you agreed to, either in that case, or if I reject it outright, that in that case, you would be allowed to start all over and nothing that you said or signed would be used against you. Did you see and understand that in that document?
Yes, sir.
There's another document that I'll point out to you. It's called Trial Court Certification, the Defendant's Right of Appeal. I have mentioned to you earlier, and now it is in writing, that if you enter a plea bargain agreement, you will give up your right to appeal. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. You've applied for probation. What kind of probation? She's going to get regular probation, state? Ms. Haas?
Deferred, Your Honor.
Deferred, okay. You have applied for deferred adjudication. That is a particularly important and beneficial. It's a good probation to get. The basic starting point is that a probation means you don't go to jail. Any consideration of jail is suspended, but in the deferred adjudication, it's even better than that. Whatever you enter a plea to, if you live up to 100%, every bit of the conditions of supervision, then the case will be dismissed and you're not convicted of that charge. That is very important for you. The other side of that is if you fail or refuse to live up to 100% of the conditions, the state may ask me to give you official notice, bring you in for a hearing, and if I believe under the circumstances and the evidence that under the law it's appropriate, I can at that time convict you, but it's all up to you. If I convict you, then you'll be looking at 100% of the punishment. That means everything else goes out the window, and you'd be looking at a fine anywhere from $0 to $2,000 and jail from a minimum 72 hours, continuous 72 hours, all the way to 180 days. Is that clear, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
That'll all be up to you. All right, state, do you have any motions?
Yes, Your Honor, the state would move to waive and abandon count 1 and proceed solely on count 2 of obstruction.
No objections, Your Honor.
There being no objection, the court grants that motion. Ms. De Leon, you're no longer charged with DWI. You're now charged with obstruction of a passageway, highway, or waterway. There's a significant difference. Now, to that charge, ma'am, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Did anyone threaten you, intimidate you, or promise you anything other than the deal that you made, the plea bargain, in exchange for your pleading guilty?
No, sir.
All right. Now, if you enter or persist in a plea of guilty, you need to understand that under the law, I could go ahead and convict you right now. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, I will not convict you. I will approve the recommendation to grant you deferred adjudication. Before I go further, do you have children you support?
No, sir.
Children, 0. All right. What kind of income do you have?
I have roughly about 6,600 a month.
600?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm a registered nurse.
You're blessed. You need to be extra careful. All right. Now, state, based on the plea of guilty and what you've heard, what is the recommendation that has been worked out with defense? She has pled guilty.
Yes, Your Honor, the recommendation is 12 months deferred adjudication, $500 fine plus court costs, 48 hours community service, $50 to Crime Stoppers, DWI education program, Victim Impact Panel Live, TAP evaluation, and ignition interlock for half the term.
Mr. Hernandez, is that your agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
I will tell you right now that I'm not going to accept the portion concerning the fine, but I will approve the rest of the recommendation. I'm going to increase that fine to $1,200. I will not accept a $500 fine on a person that has that significant an income. There's people who come in here with almost a third of that income and they're offered a $500 fine. Now, that being said, the court will honor the rest of the agreement, but Ms. De Leon, you will have the choice of saying, well, wait a minute, I didn't accept the $500 fine. I'm not taking this deal. Or you can proceed with this and accept my increase in the fine. What is your choice, ma'am?
Your Honor, if I may offer on behalf of the defendant briefly before she responds, just to bear in mind that she is a registered nurse and during this pandemic, there is always the risk of infection. And so that could always take her out of the work environment for some time if the court will consider probating any portion of that $1,200.
Mr. Hernandez, you are a very good advocate for your client, but with that significant an income, I will not agree with that. Now, you can reject my increase in the fine. I will approve the rest of the plea agreement, but with that income, I'm not going to stay around 500. I'm not going to probate any of the 1,200. It's your choice. Y'all let me know what you want to do now.
Your Honor, could we pause the record and I go into a breakout room and discuss this with Ms. De Leon?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Pardon me. Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Adam Sabrin here. I apologize for my tardiness. I had court in a different courtroom. I'm here on behalf of Christopher Lawrence.
Give me a case number, please.
The case number is 624582. It's on the second page.
624.
582.
Gotcha. Yes, sir.
If I could confer with the state when they're available, I'd appreciate it.
You are scheduled to confer.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Judge, good morning.
Yes.
I was in line to confer with the prosecutor, Judge, but I don't know if it was a huge line or not, but nobody came up.
Mr. Lamas?
Armando Martinez, and it's on Juan Angel Tay.
Give me a case number, please.
Yes, sir, of course. 640469. 640469, Judge. Also has 70, 2 cases.
6404, 69, and 70.
Yes, sir, correct.
I have you listed to confer.
Okay, may I go back then, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Will you send me to the join the room, or should I just go in, Judge?
Ms. Flores,
Just go into the one that I had assigned you to.
Thank you.
who else are we gonna have on the plea? We have Fabian de la Garza. Is everything ready on him?
Yes, Judge, I have his. I need you to sign the paperwork.
I'm sorry?
I need you to sign the paperwork on him.
Oh, by golly.
We're ready to proceed, Your Honor, whenever you're ready to take up Ms. De Leon's case again.
Right with you. All right, so what is officially your response on the increase in fine?
I agree.
All right, ma'am. I approve the rest of the agreement. You're granted 12 months deferred adjudication. The $1,200 fine. You will make a one-time $50 donation to the Crime Stoppers. You will perform 48 hours community service restitution. You'll complete the DWI education program. You'll submit to the TAP evaluation. You'll complete the victim impact panel live. The DWI education, if I didn't say it already, you'll have ignition interlock installed in your vehicle for 1/2 the term of the deferred adjudication. During the entire 12-month period, you're not to drink any alcohol, not one drop, or certainly not use any illegal drugs. I expect that you don't do that already. You're a nurse, registered nurse. I have a great deal of respect for you as a registered nurse. I am particularly dismayed that you were arrested and charged with the original charge of DWI. You are a registered nurse because you care about people, Ms. De Leon, and you serve them on a regular basis, especially those who are suffering. But you have to be reminded, ma'am, that there are many, many people who are injured and killed by people who are driving while intoxicated. The worst thing that could happen to you is that you would be drinking and driving and kill somebody. You'd be looking at 20 years in prison. So I hope that the increase in the fine will have at least a little bit of a sting, because you've already gotten a really tremendous bargain from your attorney in the state by getting deferred adjudication. It's all up to you. Live up to all of it, and you will have no conviction of DWI or even of obstruction. Do you understand?
So you said that mid-February or maybe third week in February?
Do you understand what I just said, Ms. De Leon?
Yes, sir.
All right. The supervisory fee will be $60 a month. Any questions, Ms. De Leon?
No, sir. Except for is there like a payment program?
Yes, ma'am. The probation office will set all that up for you. You have the 12 months to do pretty well, just all of it. You will meet, before you leave this hearing, you will meet with a lady by the name of Maricela de Luna. She was called a court liaison officer. She will explain and get you started on the probation program. Also, within 1 week, you need to come by the offices of County Court at Law Number 5 and have your thumbprint placed on the documents as required by law. Questions, Mr. Eric Hernandez?
None, Your Honor.
Ms. De Leon?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Haas?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then this concludes this particular plea. Both of you are excused. You are safe, but be safe. But remember, you have to wait, Ms. De Leon. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who else has to
If
report?
you have any questions, please give me a call.
Yes, sir.
Who else has to report?
Ms.
Okay,
De Leon, please go into room 6 with the CLO.
okay. Are we ready on Fabian de la Garza? I take it from the silence, we are not.
We're ready, Judge.
Hold on. I think I need your signature, Judge.
Well, I tried to sign on this matter, but it doesn't let me finish because I don't have the complete plea bargain. All I have is let's see, maybe it'll help me now.
Oh.
On this plea, is that going to be a deferred or regular probation?
State.
Pardon me?
I'm asking the state to answer that question.
On 667-856.
Judge, on the plea agreement, it looks like it's deferred.
Okay. I have no other facts on here. Okay, we'll just have to put that in later. All right. The court's going to proceed then on Fabian de la Garza. Court calls.
Are you
case-
still there?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
Yes, is this Mr. Flores?
this is Judge John Longoria. I'm in the middle of.
Oh, yes, sir.
plea.
This is Jonathan Riley. I was just checking to see if my name had been called yet. I didn't hear it.
The court calls case number 667-856, State of Texas versus Fabian de la Garza. Mr. Kagan, you ready?
We're ready, Judge.
State, you ready? State, you ready?
She might have gone to a breakout room. Let me check.
Do we have any other cases going to plead out this morning, Ms. Flores?
Yes, I have,
Be me, Judge De La Garza. And we filled out for Miss Flores. We're just waiting for Miss Haas to send it. She said she sent it, but I don't see it anywhere in my in my inbox.
I just signed the De La Garza papers, but they were incomplete, but
Was it was it from Ms. Flores or from Ms. Haas?
I don't know. Once they leave my stuff, that's all she wrote.
Okay.
You should be getting another one for De La Garza. There's 2 De La Garzas, Judge.
And who are they?
I think it's my Fabian De La Garza, and
Yeah.
the other attorney has a different De La Garza.
This is Matthew De La Garza. You should be getting that one.
Oh, that's what makes sense.
Thank God I'm here to straighten it out.
Right. Thank God Jerry's here. Would have been lost.
Let me know when Ms. Haas is ready on Fabian De La Garza.
Yes, Judge. Judge Ashley will be joining us in a minute. She just texted me.
Ms. Flores on Matthew de la Garza.
Mhm.
What kind of plea is he gonna make? A plea guilty, right? I think I found it.
I don't have the plea packet on that one.
I know, I don't either.
I think that's the one that we're waiting on for Ashley to send.
I have no specifics on the actual punishment.
Yeah.
Miss Flores,
Yes, sir.
I'm unable to get into the breakout room. Would you be able to send me an invitation?
Sure. Hold on. Where are you? Okay, got you. Let me go ahead and put you in another one. Room 7.
Judge Marshall White checking back after conferring.
Yes, sir.
I think we like to go for an agreed reset for like 1 week on Ivanisha Gaines.
What's the case number?
Judge, that case number 623-654. I believe she's on page 2.
Correct. 623, yes. And what are you doing? What's the report?
We'd like to get an agreed reset for about a week. I think Ms. Haas would like a week.
1 week recall, very good. And so it shall be, Mr. White.
Thank you so much, Judge. And by the way, Ms. Flores, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, Judge, may I and my client be excused?
You are both excused. Thank you. Y'all stay safe.
You too, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Your Honor, this is Attorney Flores. The DA really offered to my client. I like to relay the offer to my client. I get a reset on the next setting.
Okay, well, tell me again, first, what's the case number you're referring to?
It's for Jonathan Riley, Your Honor.
I'm sorry,
For let me give the case number, Your Honor. Hang on.
please.
The case number is
Yes, ma'am.
is 664283. So 664283.
Somewhere around page 6642, that's on page 8. 664283, Jonathan Riley.
Your Honor, I like to I reset, Your Honor, and hopefully the next setting you plea out.
Well, just asking me for a reset doesn't tell me much. We're gonna put it for trial, we're gonna put it for disposition, or what are you looking at?
For a plea a plea offer, Your Honor, for a plea.
Okay, in that case, I'll give you a 30-day reset.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr.
Maybe yes,
Flores,
Your Honor.
you and Mr. Riley are both excused. You all stay safe, okay?
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, or
Yes.
can you put me with Ms. Haas real quick, please? Thank you.
Judge Cecil Bain, I'm back.
Thank you. Be right with you, Cecil.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Cecil, give me your case number.
Yes, Your Honor. 654136.
654 on page 6, I think. Help, Cecil, help. 654136, Daniel San Miguel.
Yes, sir, I'm present.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Bain?
Yes, Your Honor. First of all, I need to confer with the prosecutor. Mr. San Miguel's been here for a while. I wonder if he might be excused.
San Miguel, you're excused for the rest of the day. Your attorney will be doing some work, and you stay in communication with Mr. Bain.
Yes, sir, Judge, I will. I appreciate your time and thank you, Mr. Bain.
Yes, call me this afternoon, please.
Yes, sir, I will. Thank you very much. Bye.
All right, Cecil. All right. Who else has got the music going here? Somebody's enjoying some music, but it's interfering with my docket. All right. Are we ready on these, please? No. Nice and
We're
quiet.
waiting on Ashley.
Okay.
She just got out of my breakout room. She should be back in a minute, Judge.
Can you put me in there with her, please? I just want to verify something.
Who's asking for verification?
Charles Gold.
Mr. Gold, yeah, you got a plea going, right?
Yes, sir. I just want to verify something with her real quick. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Flores, will you comply with that, please?
And Judge, on Christopher Lawrence, it's 624582. We just need one more short reset for the DA to verify some information.
Hold on, give me a second while
Sorry.
I'm looking on my computer here. Okay. All right, tell me, who is it trying to report something?
It's
Adam Sabrin, okay.
Adam Sabrin. Yes,
Case
Judge.
number.
Case number 624582.
That's on page 2 this night. 624 582. That is Lawrence. Yes, sir. What you got?
The DA just needs to verify some information, so if we could get another short reset on that.
How about 2 weeks?
2 weeks should be fine, Judge.
All right. Ms. Flores, will you make that so?
What case is that on? I'm sorry.
624 582. Lawrence. Attorney is Adam Sabrin.
Okay, for 2 weeks.
Gonna recall it in 2 weeks. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 02 February 2nd.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right. May we be excused, Judge?
You are excused. Stay safe, okay?
Thank you. You as well, sir.
Thank you.
Judge, this is Ashley. I'm back from the breakout rooms.
Ms. Haas, you needed to see Mr. Gold. He wanted to verify
Yeah.
something with you.
Ashley, can we go into a room real quick? I want to verify something. I can't find an email, but I have something written down that we need to talk about because the paperwork's different than what we talked about.
Okay, yeah, I'll put you in a breakout room 1 second.
Thank you.
Judge, this is Abe Garza. I'm back from the breakout room with Ashley.
Who is it?
Abelardo Garza. I'm back from the breakout room, Judge.
All right, sir. I'll be right with you. Are Mr. Gold and Ms. Haas back?
No, sir, not yet.
Make sure that you let me know when they are.
Yes, sir.
Do we have an Oscar Garza entering a plea today? I thought that was yesterday or something. Salcedo, Hernandez, 621392.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Mr. Garcia.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Sorry I'm so late, but my client is here.
Case number.
The case number is 675-855. Justin Matthew Trevino. I don't know what page number he's on, Your Honor.
675.
Page 10, Judge.
855, the last three numbers.
Six, 7, 5, 8, 5, 5. No file. This thing has been reset for 30 days, Mr. Garcia.
Okay, very good, Your Honor. I'll wait for a notice, or do you have a date?
February 22nd.
Thank you. May I be excused, Your Honor, and my client as well?
You are both excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I thought they were just gonna check something real quick, what Mr. Gold said.
Your Honor, may I approach? This is Patrick Lamas.
Who seeks to approach?
This is Patrick Lamas.
Mr. Lamas. talk
I'm
to
on
me
page,
about case
I'm on
number.
page, I'm on page 1 of the docket, case number 587-494.
587-494.
It's the third one on the list, Your Honor.
Yes, sir, I see it.
We were able to give the prosecutor the documentation they were requiring. It should be a dismissal. The state just wants some time to review it, just to see everything matches up. If we could get a short reset, I anticipate this will be dismissed.
You want 2 weeks or 1 week?
Either one's fine, Your Honor.
Well, let's recall it in 1 week.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
That way we move this docket.
February 2nd.
Sounds good. Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You are excused. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, stay safe.
Your Honor, may I approach? This is Abelardo Garza.
Abelardo Garza. Case number
660628.
660.
Edward Jones.
Should be page 7. Yes, sir. Mr. Jones did not answer.
Correct, Your Honor, and I haven't been able to get a hold of him, but I know he does have some felonies pending.
Well, now he's gonna have a warrant too.
Okay.
Failure to appear.
All right, I'll try to get a hold of him.
Edward Jones. Last call for Edward Jones, failure to appear. It is right now 11:31. Mr. Abelardo Garza, you are excused at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day.
You too, stay safe. Anyone else need to report? We're gonna start some pleas shortly.
Judge, just to give you an update, I did fill out my paperwork. It should all be in the hands of my client. He's going to send that in, but there's a housekeeping note. For whatever reason, I thought it was an obstruction, but it's a DWI first. And I wrote obstruction on the paperwork from Ms. Flores. So if you can change that, I don't know if we have to, what we have to do to clean that up.
I will go ahead and change it for you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Flores. Appreciate it.
So it's gonna be a plea of guilty on a DWI, what?
It's just a regular DWI, and it's going to be just a DWI first. They're waiving the enhancement.
Okay, so it's gonna, okay. W, waive and abandon. Extreme.
Correct. Yes, sir.
And proceed on D1. Okay. So are we all set, Ms. Haas?
I'm sorry, she's in a breakout room. I just texted her.
I thought she was ready to go on these things. I've got 3 cases ready to plead that I know of. Fabian de la Garza, Matthew de la Garza, and Zenia Segura. Am I right or am I correct?
You're correct. And you have a judges meeting at 12:15, Judge.
Yes, I do. That's why I want to get these pleas out of the way. Okay, we don't have Ms. Luna today. We have Ms. De Hoyos. Is that correct? Is the CLO?
Yes, Judge, that is correct.
Okay. I earlier mentioned to, I think Ms. De Leon for one, that she had to meet with Ms. Luna. I presume you took care of that.
Yes, Judge, I did.
It is now 11:33. Ms. Flores, would you chat Ms. Haas and tell her that I need to handle these 3 cases now because I have a 12:15 judges meeting that I preside over.
I'm here, Judge.
The administrative judge, Ms. Haas, all right.
I don't show that the state's paperwork for Ms. Segura has been signed.
Bro. Well, I signed the stuff on that. What's missing on hers?
I have it signed on my end. It came back to me completed.
Ms. Flores, are we ready on Ms. Segura?
I have the plea packet. I don't have the plea agreement or discovery. Is that what you're talking about, Ashley?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
You need.
And then I'll send you a reminder.
Do we have it? Are we ready on Fabian de la Garza and Matthew de la Garza?
Fabian de la Garza, we're ready, need plea agreement and discovery on Matthew de la Garza.
That's a hell of a note. You know, we put them on the docket for a plea and we don't have the papers. That's a disappointment to me. Okay, well, we'll wind up having to recall them then. So who are we ready?
Fabian de la Garza.
We're ready on Fabian. You verify that, Ms. Flores? All right, at this time, the court calls case number 667-856, State versus Fabian de la Garza. Fabian de la Garza, where are you?
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
All right, raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear that the information and responses you submit will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right. You may put your hand down, please. Mr. de la Garza, Fabian de la Garza, because there's another one that's not in here at the moment. Mr. Fabian de la Garza, I inform you of certain rights that you have. I know that you're going to enter a plea in accordance with the agreement that you've made with the state with the help of your attorney. First of all, you have the right to remain silent. That means you do not have to make any kind of statement. You don't have to answer questions. You don't have to submit written paperwork that has your signature, especially papers that admit or confess to wrongdoing. You have the right to a jury trial. That means you and your attorney working with the state would select from a pool of disinterested citizens, 6 people who would hear all of the evidence, if any, witnesses, materials, whatever. And those 6 people would decide whether you're not guilty or whether you've been proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt. You have the right to confront witnesses. That means if you go to trial, you and your attorney could cross-examine, question, or challenge any witness who would testify. You also have the right of appeal. That is a right wherein you or your attorney or the 2 of you together could demand that a higher court review the official record and evidence in this hearing and determine or answer any legal challenges you might have. It is a difficult right to exercise because it requires specific paperwork and information, and it has time limitations. You also have the right, as does the state, both sides, to demand that this proceeding be held in open public courtroom. Because of the COVID pandemic, we're not doing it, but it is my understanding, and I've observed that you have signed what's called a consent to video conference. Now, all these rights that I have explained to you, have you been made aware of those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign the documents and paperwork in which you acknowledge in writing that you're aware of these rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, there's one specifically that's titled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. All the papers that have your signature, before you sign them, did you review them with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, do you have any questions about the papers that you've signed?
No, sir.
All right, you also applied for probation, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state what kind of probation are we talking about?
Deferred, Your Honor.
All right. You applied for deferred adjudication very quickly. Deferred adjudication is very beneficial to you. Whatever offense you plead to, if you live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision, that offense will not be, you will not be convicted of that offense. If you violate or fail to live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision, then what happens is that the state will ask me to give you notice, bring you in for a hearing, at which time I may enter a conviction that follows you the rest of your life, depending upon the evidence of what I believe the circumstances are. At that time, if that happens, you'll be looking at 100% of the range of punishment for the offense. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand that when you signed and applied for deferred adjudication?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state, what is the state moving, or what is the intention of the state?
Your Honor, I don't believe the state has any motions on this. I'm trying to find the paperwork.
He's going to plead to a driving while intoxicated first,
Yes, Your Honor.
and he's going to plead no contest.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Fabian de la Garza, to the charge of driving while intoxicated, how do you plead, sir?
No contest.
A no contest plea in this court is considered a guilty plea and can be sufficient to convict you of the charge. Is that clear?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, intimidate you, or promise you anything other than the exchange of the plea bargain for this particular plea?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I accept your plea of no contest. I find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I do not find you guilty at this time. State, what is the agreement that you are recommending?
Your Honor, the agreement is 12 months deferred adjudication, $800 fine plus court costs.
How much?
800.
Okay.
DWI education, victim impact panel, TAP evaluation, 48 hours community service, and ignition interlock for half the term.
All right. Before I proceed, Mr. De La Garza, how do you have children?
No, sir.
0 children, all right. And what do you earn? I think I saw in the filings you make $2,200 a month.
Yes, roughly.
How roughly are we talking about? You've sworn to that.
Oh, well, I just did a guesstimation of how much I make 40 hours overall, what I do. It's about that amount.
All right. I accept your plea of no contest, as I said a while ago. I approve the agreement to grant you 12 months deferred adjudication. I assess an $800 fine plus court costs. You will complete 48 hours of community service restitution. The victim impact panel the victim impact panel. DWI education program. You'll have a TAP evaluation and recommendations depending upon my approval. You'll have ignition interlock installed in your vehicle for 1/2 of the term. In this case, it's 6 months. Your supervisory fee will be set at $34 a month. Any questions, Mr. De La Garza?
Just about the ignition interlock, I no longer have a vehicle, so I just wanted to know more about that.
All right. You will need to provide, what happened to the vehicle you were driving?
Well, the vehicle that I was driving, it's was wrecked beyond, saving. So right now it's somewhere in a junkyard, scrap.
All right, so it was totaled out. All right.
Yes.
I need you to submit, and Mr. Kagan, you'll have to assist him, make sure that he gets me a affidavit swearing to what he just told me, that his vehicle has been destroyed and that he does not have access to any vehicle.
No problem, Judge.
I would also have him say in there that obviously he's telling me he's not going to be driving at all. Is that correct, Mr. De La Garza?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that'll be a part of the conditions. If we find out you're driving, it's going to be your tail is going to wind up having a lot of problems, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Kagan, any questions?
No, no objections and no questions, Judge. We have
State-
those affidavits, so we'll have them sign one.
Very good. Ms. Haas, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
One thing, Mr. De La Garza, you are required to visit with Ms. De Hoyos, the CLO. She's going to explain to you or get you started on the probation process deferred. In addition, you have 7 days to appear in the offices of County Court of Law number 5 to have your thumbprint placed on the documents. So ordered. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Judge,
Oh,
are you gonna put him then on PAM instead of ignition interlock?
yes. In lieu of the ignition interlock, you will be placed on the portable alcohol monitoring system. And that will be explained to you and you'll be started within 30 days. All right,
Yes, sir.
anything else? Thank you, by the way.
You welcome.
Nothing further, Judge.
Okay, then you all are excused at this time, except Mr. De La Garza has to stick around to visit with Ms. De Hoyos.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, anything else we're gonna handle this morning?
I think I should be ready, Judge.
Mr. Hoyos, room 6.
And good morning, Judge.
Think you should be ready, okay? It's only 11:46. I have a judges meeting at 12:15 that I preside over. And that's gonna be it for today.
Yes, sir.
So who thinks they should be ready?
Ms. Segura is ready, Your Honor.
And Judge Armando Martinez, just a continuance, we've already conferred, they'll dismissing one of the cases and pretrial diversion on the other.
Armando, which cases are we talking about?
640469 and 70. 640469.
Okay, that's on page 3640469.
Yes, that would be a recommendation for pretrial on the 69 and take into consideration and dismissal of the 70 case.
But what's going on the first one?
That's a recommendation for pretrial diversion, Judge. I will file for pretrial diversion.
Sounded right. So we'll recall that 60 days.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome.
May I and the client be excused?
You are both excused. Thank you and stay safe.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Juan Angel Tellez, you're excused, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Yes,
Who
sir.
else?
Thank you.
Who else?
Your Honor, Ms. Segura, I believe the paperwork is complete.
And
Right.
Charles Gold, Judge, Mr. De La Garza, I don't know if it's got everything yet. Let me know.
I have no idea. Somebody tell me.
I'm looking for the discovery and plea packets. Hold on.
Okay, well, you've got maybe 3 minutes to finish that because I'm gonna take Ms. Segura's plea. Is that ready?
It's ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Locke, thank you.
Your Honor, this is Manuel Escobar. Can I just ask the court something?
Yes, sir.
Judge, I understand that you're still presiding, and I wanted to approach the court on a motion for substituted service. I was wondering when I could do that, Your Honor. I know you're busy.
Just either submit the motion by e-filing or take the motion over to the office and I will review it and sign it when I have the opportunity.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did e-file it already, Judge. I'll drop it off at your office.
Okay, well, if it's e-filed, I think, Ms. Flores, what's the case number you're referring to, Mr. Escobar?
Yes, sir. It's 2021 CV 03859. And I know you're busy, Judge, but I just thought I'd approach and ask.
Okay, that's on the civil docket, Ms. Flores.
Okay,
I need to approve the 106 2021 CV, what?
03859.
03859. Make sure that I get that done within a day or two.
is it in order, Judge?
Ma'am?
Yes, I submitted a motion and an order, Judge.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, Manuel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
See you. Stay safe.
Yes, sir. You too.
I got to. I'm the only one of me that I have.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gold, are you ready? Mr. Locke is ready. You guys, are we ready now, Ms. Flores?
Waiting on the plea packets
On-
and discovery on those
On-
two.
On both cases, because mine are done. I have nothing else. Mine say sent already.
Yeah, mine also says,
Mine, like, I have the receipt for the discovery.
That's okay. Judge, go ahead. I have the plea packets. We
All
can-
right, we're gonna go ahead with this right now. At this time, the court calls case number 646-996 and 665577. 646-996 is Matthew de la Garza, and 665577 is Zenia Segura. Matthew de la Garza, where are you?
I'm right here.
There we are. Zenia,
I'm right here.
very good. Would the two of you raise your right hands, please? Do each of you solemnly swear that in this proceeding, the information and responses you submit will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Thank you. May put your hands down. Before we get started, it is my understanding that each of you has a plea bargain that you have reached with the state. And as a result of that, you're entering a plea. Before you
Yeah.
do that, I'm informing each of you that you have certain rights and protections. First of all, you have the right to remain silent. Neither of you, each of you has that right, and you cannot be compelled to make a statement, answer questions, or submit written paperwork that has your signature, especially papers that admit or confess to wrongdoing. You each have the right to a jury trial. That means you and your attorney working with the state could individually select 6 people from a pool of disinterested citizens who would hear all the evidence, witnesses, materials, if any, and they would decide, those 6 people would decide whether you're not guilty or whether you've been proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt. You have the right to confront witnesses. That means if you go to trial, each of you individually has the right to question, cross-examine, or challenge any witness who testifies. You have the right of appeal. Each of you has the right to individually, or your attorney individually, or the two together, you and your attorney, you have the right to demand that a higher court review and respond to legal challenges of the evidence and materials, the official record of this proceeding. You have to be cautious with the right of appeal because you have to submit the correct paperwork, the information necessary, and you have time limitations, but nonetheless, it is an important right. You and the state, each of you individually and the state has the right to demand that the proceedings be held in the open public courtroom. Because of the COVID pandemic, we're not doing that. So that requires you to have consented in writing, signed a document that says that you consent to the video conference of this proceeding. Those rights and protections, I have talked to you about them verbally. You also have a document that tells you about them in writing. Are you familiar? Do you understand these rights and protections, Ms. Segura?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. de la Garza, Matthew.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, there's a document that talks about these matters in writing. It is titled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions. This document, all the documents identify you by name, case number, and court number. Then they have a title of the document. The documents that have been signed and that are part of your file, did each of you individually review those documents with your own attorney before you sign them? Mr. De La Garza,
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Segura.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. There's also a document wherein I inform you that you do not have a right of appeal, or rather, you have a right that you give up when you enter a plea bargain. It is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Did each of you see, understand, and sign that document? Ms. Segura,
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. De La Garza.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You also applied for probation. Are they both getting deferred, Ms. Haas?
I believe
Yes, I think.
she's in a breakout room. I just texted her.
De La Garza does, Matthew De La Garza is getting deferred.
And so is Ms. Segura.
And so, Ms. Segura, yes, Your Honor, on an obstructing.
You have both applied for deferred adjudication. That is a very beneficial and important type of probation, wherein, in fact, you will be entering a plea upon which you could be found guilty, but I will not find you guilty. I will defer that. I will postpone that. And as long, listen carefully, as long as each of you lives up to 100% of the conditions of supervision, then your case, whatever the offense you plead to, will be dismissed and you're not convicted of it. On the opposite side of that fence, if either of you fails or refuses to live up to 100% of the conditions, the state may ask me to give you notice, bring you in for a hearing. And if, in my opinion, the evidence and the conditions call for it, I will enter a finding of guilt, a conviction that follows you the rest of your life. In that case, you'll be looking at 100% of the punishment for the offense to which you pled. Is that understood, Ms. Segura?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. De La Garza?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Segura,
Yes.
what was the original offense in her case?
I believe it was DWI.
It was a DWI, Your Honor.
All right.
Ashley, you're muted.
To the charge of DWI, how do you plead, ma'am? Well, wait, state, you have a motion, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. The state in Ms. Segura's case would move to amend the information, adding count 2 of obstruction, and then would further move to waive and abandon count 1 and proceed solely on count 2.
Mr. Locke, any objection?
Objection, Your Honor.
And do you also waive the 10-day notice of amendment?
We do, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Segura, you're no longer charged with DWI. You're now charged with obstruction of a passageway, highway, or waterway. To that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
A plea of guilty is sufficient for me to convict you at this moment. Do you understand that?
Right. Yes.
Okay. All right. I accept your plea of guilty. I find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I do not find you guilty. I will observe or accept the recommendation by the state on deferred adjudication momentarily. Mr. De La Garza, you were charged with driving while intoxicated with a blood alcohol content of 0.15 or higher. State, you have a motion.
Yes, Your Honor. The state would move to waive the extreme intoxication enhancement and proceed on a DWI first.
Your Honor, we, no objections, we waive any time limit.
Okay, to the charge of DWI first, or misdemeanor B, Mr. Matthew De La Garza, how do you plead?
Guilty.
A plea of guilty is sufficient for me to convict you at this time. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And incidentally, in your case, the range of punishment is from a minimum of 72 days continuously, 72 hours continuously to 180 days in jail and a fine from $0 to $2,000. Ms. Segura, in your case, an obstruction, the fine is from $0 to $2,000 and jail from 0 days to 180 days. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that clear in your case, Mr. De La Garza?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Your plea to DWI first was guilty. In your case, I find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I do not. Instead, I'm granting you deferred adjudication. Ms. Haas, tell me about the recommendations on Ms. Segura.
Yes, Your Honor, the recommendation is for 12 months deferred adjudication, $600 fine plus court costs, 48 hours community service, $50 to Crime Stoppers, DWI education, Victim Impact Panel Live, TAP evaluation, and ignition interlock for half the term.
All right. Mr. Locke, is that the agreement?
Is, Your Honor.
Okay, before I proceed, Ms. Segura, do you have children?
Yes, I do.
How many?
I have 3 children.
What are their ages?
18, 20, and 21.
18, 20, and 21.
Yes.
Right. And what do you earn monthly?
About $37.50 a month.
All right. And do you have anyone in the household that earns an income besides yourself?
Yes, I have 2 of my children still live with me.
And are they working?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right. I accept the agreement. You are granted 12 months deferred adjudication. Your fine is $600 plus court costs. You will perform 48 hours of community service restitution. You'll make a one-time $50 donation to Crime Stoppers. You will complete the DWI education program, the Victim Impact Panel Live. You will submit to a TAP evaluation, and whatever the recommendations are, subject to my approval. You'll have ignition interlock installed in your vehicle for a continuous 1/2 term. At this point, that's 6 months. Your supervisory fee will be $47 a month. You are not to leave this hearing until you have met with Ms. De Hoyos, the community liaison officer. She will get you started on the probation program. Probation will read to you the conditions. You will sign them. You will have a copy in your hands.
Yes.
You also have 1 week to appear in the offices of County Court Law number 5 so that you can have your thumbprint placed on the documents as required by law. Any questions, Mr. Locke?
Your Honor, did you say a $600 fine?
That is what the state announced.
Okay. That's fine, Your Honor.
Any questions, Ms. Segura?
No, Your Honor.
Can she pay out her community service, Your Honor? Do you accept donations to the food bank?
I accept donations. I recommend the donations be made to the Gabriel Project or at the choice of the defendant to the San Antonio Food Bank. In this case, it would be at $12 an hour.
Thank you.
$12 an hour? Okay.
For any hours that you wish to do instead of the community service, you can donate in lieu of the community service at $12 per hour. All right, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Ms.
Thank you.
Segura, Mr. Locke, you're excused if you choose. Mr. Gold.
Yes,
on-
sir.
On Mr. Matthew de la Garza, you have pled guilty, Mr. de la Garza, to DWI first. I find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I do not. You too are granted deferred adjudication. State, tell me the specifics of the punishment.
Yes, Your Honor. The specifics are 16 months deferred adjudication, a $500 fine plus court costs, 60 hours community service, DWI education program, victim impact panel live, TAP evaluation, and ignition interlock for half the term.
Mr. Gold, is that your agreement?
Yes, sir. That is the agreement. Just to let the court aware, he's already done the victim impact panel and the DWI education, and kind of the same thing on the community service if we can buy those off.
All right, before I pronounce further, Mr. de la Garza, how do you earn a living and what do you do? How much do you make?
I make 3,750 a month.
It's a popular income today. And do you have children?
No, I do not.
All right, sir. I accept the recommendations from you and the state. You're granted 16 months deferred adjudication. You're fined $500. Plus court costs. I'm going to adjust that in a moment. You'll perform 60 hours community service restitution. You'll complete the DWI education on documentation of it. I'll give you credit. The victim impact panel live documentation, you'll get credit. You'll do the TAP evaluation and recommendations subject to my approval. You'll do the ignition interlock. Your supervisory fee will be $52 a month. I do not accept the $500 fine. If you notice, Ms. Segura, who has 3 children, even though they're not minors, has a $600 fine, and you got $500 and making the same money. Your fine will be $750. You have the right to object to that and start all over again, or you can accept that. You're authorized to donate to the Gabriel Project or to the San Antonio Food Bank at $12 an hour instead of the community service restitution of 60 hours. That's your choice. Do you have, do you accept the increase in the fine, or do you want to start all over again?
I accept.
All right. Mr. Gold, any further questions?
No, sir. May I be excused?
You are excused, Mr. Gold. Mr. de la Garza, Matthew, you will wait around and visit with Ms. De Hoyos, the CLO. She will get you started on the probation program. You will have 7 days to come into the offices of County Court number 5 for the purpose of having your thumbprint placed on documents, the legal documents as required by law. Anything else?
No, that is it. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. de la Garza. You too. You guys be careful with your drinking and driving. Don't do it.
Yes, sir.
You can see that this has been costly to you. It could be much, much more costly, like 20 years locked up. So be careful.
Yes, sir. Understood. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. It is now 12:07. I have 8 minutes to get started on the judges meeting. I'm sorry, but we're through for the day.
So,
Ms. Flores?
yes.
Anyone else? I'll take a few minutes. Anybody else needs to report?
I do, Your Honor.
I'm listening.
This is Michael Valachek. I have Letitia Mason. I don't know. Her case number is 656-879. She has been on Zoom this morning and she has a felony pending still.
656-8.
897.
897 is not
86.
879. However, Ms. Mason has a felony pending. What are you gonna do, Mike?
We're waiting to be indicted on that, Judge. It's sort of the same alleged victim, so I think your case will be taken into consideration eventually.
We'll give you 60 days to get that cleared up.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
We're excused.
Yes, sir, you are. Stay safe.
Sorry I'm late.
Hey, it happens, I assure you.
I had 2 felony courts this morning.
I understand.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Judge.
I've been there. Take care and stay safe.
I know you've been in the trenches.
Who else needs to report? Hello.
Judges Kirby Wallen on 673-592, Jose Castillo. He's got a felony pending.
673.
Correct. 673-592.
On page 9, 673-592. Castillo never showed up.
He's in jail right now, and he picked up
Oh,
a
that might cause him a little problem for showing up.
yes. And yeah, he picked up a felony as well.
What you got on this? Felony pending?
Yes.
60-day reset, felony pending.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? We're running out of time, folks.
Judge, on Mr. De La Garza's case, on the plea that was just taken,
Yes, ma'am.
he's informed me that he lives in Austin, Texas.
Okay, which case are we talking about? Which of the De La Garzas?
Matthew De La Garza?
All right, for the record, on 646-996, Mr. Matthew De La Garza is granted permission to reside in Travis County. He will report to Bexar County probation virtually, that is by computer. Otherwise, he'll have to live up to all the other conditions. Any question, Mr. Gold?
Mr. Gold left already.
Okay, well, Mr. Matthew De La Garza, do you understand the order?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, Mr. De La Garza, if you can go back into that breakout room.
Okay, who else, anybody else need to report? I'm running out of time. You got.
Judge, I've got 2 pleas that were on the first page, but we did not get it together in time.
You are correct. You did not, and we'll have to maybe recall them. Linda?
Yes.
It's in your hands for the rest of the day. I
Okay.
gotta jump into Zoom with my other judges.
Okay.
Thank you, folks, for your cooperation.
Mrs. You can leave. You're excused.
Okay, I thought I had to wait for the,
Have you not met with her yet?
no.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you had, I had put you in a breakout room with her.
Yeah.
Okay. Once she comes back, I'll put you in there.
Okay, so I just stay online.
Hopefully, let me see. Hold on, Will. I'll get with you in a minute. Yeah, when she comes back, I'll get you back in there. Okay.
Okay.
Will. Did your client sign the paperwork? Hold on, let me look. I have towns, and I sent that to you already. And that's already been signed. I'm waiting for your defendant, not your defendant, your client to sign it. And on Mr. Hernandez.
Probably same thing. He said
Probably the same thing, yeah.
we could look at lunch. And then Towns works at Toyota, so I don't know where he went, but
Okay. Okay. Do you want to set these for please, like in 2 weeks? I mean, I think we'll pretty much have all the paperwork, don't you?
I think so. I swear we've done it before too for Patty.
Yeah, well, you know.
I know.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I know. That's not on you. Not on you. Yeah, whenever you want to set it, it's fine by me.
Okay, what day would be good if we give me 2 weeks? So I know, because I already know I have some of the stuff. So I can get these plea packets What day is good for you? The 7th through the 10th, what date would be good for you to reset these?
I can do the 7th.
The 7th?
Yes, I can.
Both of them?
Yeah, or yeah.
Brooks cases.
Miss Flores, I'm sorry to bother you. I need to go in with, I believe it's Miss Segura.
Yes, give me 1 second.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hold on, Brooke. Give me a minute. Segura. Okay. Miss Segura, go ahead and go into room 6. Okay.
How do I breakout room?
Yes, breakout room 6. Yes.
Got it.
Okay. Okay, Brooks, I'm going to reset Towns and Hernandez for the 7th, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I will do that for you.
Thank you much.
Welcome.
You have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too. Bye. Jonathan.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How about you?
Doing good.
Okay. Ooh.
I had Brian Pinkney, 630977. He's got
Okay,
two cases.
what are we going to do on him?
I wanted to talk with the state today to try and see if we could do away with some of these cases. He's got a PSI set under the 187th for the 31st of this month.
Okay.
So,
Ashley, you want to go into a breakout room with Mr. Bettis?
Oh, we already talked about it.
yeah, we just talked, we just discussed.
Okay.
So
I
we
just
can do
have
something after.
Yeah, I have some reviewing to do.
Okay, so 30 days, how many days? Felony?
Yeah, 30 days is fine.
30. Hold on, let me see. 30 days, or we could do 60 days because he's got a felony pending, right?
Yeah, but we got the PSI on the 31st, so we're
Oh,
gonna
you
see,
did?
we applied for deferred, so we're gonna see what happens with that date.
Okay, 30 days. How about February 22nd?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, got you down.
Okay, thank you so much. Good to see
You're
you.
welcome. You too. Bye-bye.
All right, Brian, give me a call.
I will.
Okay, all right, you can log off.
Okay, let's see here. Miss Cantu,
Yes, ma'am.
how can I help you?
So I was not able to see, well, my attorney didn't come today, and I wanted to ask, when would I be scheduled again?
Okay, do you have a case number I can look up?
Yes, ma'am. My case number is 675754.
Okay, she never came on. Okay, I'm gonna do 30 days only because I don't know. So I'm gonna reset you for February the 23rd.
Do you know what day that falls on?
It's a Wednesday.
Is it possible for me to get like a day on Tuesday or Thursday because I'm in school?
No, yes, I can do it. Hold on. Hold on. How about the 24th then? Is that good for you?
That's great.
The Thursday. Okay,
you
that's
so
fine.
much.
I can do it on the 24th for you.
Thank you so much. Have a
You're
great day.
welcome. You too. Galaxy J3 Star. Hello, Galaxy.
They just unmuted.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is your name?
Joel Childress.
I'm sorry?
Joel Childress.
Mr. Childress, your case got dismissed, I believe. Hold on. 651000, correct? Yes, your case was dismissed yesterday. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're excused. Thank you. Ashley.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God.
I needed about 5 of me today.
I'm telling you.
Everyone wanted to talk.
I was
Everyone.
like, stop. And then judge gets upset. Like, oh, well, we don't have all the paper. Well, why are you telling them that they can plea when you know we don't have the paper?
I think after today, is a really good time to be like, Judge, we should have plea dockets,
Yeah.
like a special
You
docket.
know what? If he
Like,
comes in tomorrow, Ashley, we need to do a sit down with him.
oh, hey, we're still live, by the way.
Oh, crap. Hold